Hey guys, so it's Miss Katie here. Church is gonna look a little different for the next couple weeks. So if you haven't heard by your parents, we're gonna be doing church at home. So as they do church at home, watching the services, we will also be doing church at home with some Bible stories on these videos. So we are in our series called On the Go, and this is week 2 of our series. So our need to know for this week is God is my shepherd. So I'm going to have you repeat after me and do the motions that I do. God is my shepherd. So you're going to hold a staff when you say my shepherd. So God is my shepherd. All right, we're going to do it twice and I'm going to have you repeat after me, okay? So as I do it here, you can do it at home with me. God is my shepherd. Good. One more time. God is my shepherd. All right. So our Bible story this week is from Psalm 23, and it is about a guy named David. So I'm just going to read it to you, and you can listen along from home. There's a guy in the Bible named David, and when he was younger, he was a shepherd. Shepherds were the people who took care of sheep by leading them to food in green pastures and making sure they had water to drink from the streams. If a sheep wandered away from the flock, the shepherd would go find it and bring it back. If a sheep fell down between the rocks and the shepherd couldn't reach it, the shepherd would use their crook to help rescue the sheep and lift it to safety. Shepherds also protected the sheep from harm, such as wolves and thieves. Being a shepherd really helped David learn a ton about God, and he wrote all about it in the Bible in Psalm 23. Here's what David wrote. The Lord is my shepherd. I have everything I need. He gives me rest in green pastures. He leads me to calm water. He gives me new strength. For the good of his name, he leads me on paths that are right. Then David wrote, even if I walk through a very dark valley, I will not be afraid because you are with me. Your rod and your shepherd's staff comfort me. You prepare a meal for me in front of my enemies. You pour oil of blessing on my head. You give me more than I can hold. Surely your goodness and love will be with me all my life, and I will live in the house of the Lord forever. Just like a shepherd loves and protects his sheep, God does that for us too. God will tell us the right way to go, and he'll make sure we have all that we need. If we ever feel scared or alone, we can trust that he is there with us. So that is our story for today. And there's 2 things that I want you to remember from that story, and they are this. It talks a lot about the shepherd in that story, and the shepherd's job is to take care of his sheep. And because God takes care of you and me, we can know he is our good shepherd. Just like he takes care of the sheep, he takes care of us too. The other thing we can learn from our story is that God will never leave us alone because the Bible tells us that he is always with us and there isn't anything he wouldn't do to keep us safe. So, the last thing we're going to do for our story today is work on our memory verse. Now, if you were in church the last week, you would have heard this memory verse, but if you're not, that's okay. We're going to go over it again. So I'm just going to read it to you first, and then we're going to go over it with the motions. So it's from Psalm 9, verse 10. It says, those who know your name trust in you. For you, O Lord, do not abandon those who search for you. So again, just like the need to know, I'm going to do the motions and say a phrase, and then you repeat it after me from home, okay? Those who know your name trust in you. For you, O Lord, do not abandon those who search for you. Psalm 9:10. All right, let's do it one more time. You repeat after me. Those who know your name trust in you. For you, O Lord, do not abandon those who search for you. Psalm 9:10. Awesome job. And just like in class, when you get one of those marbles for remembering your verse, we're still going to do that, but it's going to look a little different. So what I want you to do is, if you have that verse memorized, I want you to tell your parents and ask them to record you and put it on our Lighthouse Facebook page. And when I see that video, I'll make sure that we have all those marbles in the jar for when we come back to church. I hope you guys have a great week, and I hope you enjoyed our story.